Hey everyone, I've been assigned the job of making today's video, so I figure there was at least one person who was interested in understanding how the whole hours thing works for truck drivers. And you know, we don't get to just drive until we get tired and not drive anymore. That was kind of back in the day when you had a whole lot of speed freak truck drivers out there that took a lot of amphetamines and other type drugs to keep themselves awake so they could drive across the country in, you know, a day or two and deliver loads faster, and that kind of led its way to a whole lot of laws. So if you recall, I showed you a couple days ago this computer that keeps track of everything. This is my hours of service logbook. It'll show you a graph to show you what I was doing in each category. Like today, the things over here, off duty, sleeper berth, driving, and on duty. So you can see that we slept until about, or were in the sleeper berth, so to speak, just off duty really until about 8:30 this morning, and then went on duty long enough to do a pre-trip on the truck, make sure that there's no flat tires, there's all the proper fluid levels, etc., etc. All the lights are working, and then we drove. Then you see we went off duty for a while. That's actually where we stopped and did some grocery shopping at a Walmart in Nevada. Then we went back to driving just for a few minutes, because just up the road from where the Walmart was where our fuel stop was. So then we stopped there and fueled the truck, and then drove the rest of the way from, where did we start yesterday? Remember Pucker Brush, Nevada, from yesterday's video, and we drove here to Lathrop, California, and then went off duty. In a little while I'll put us in the sleeper berth for the rest of the night, and then that'll all continue tomorrow. So over here in the summary, if you look at these categories, we have the 8, 11, 14, and 70 categories. Now those are the hours that truck drivers deal with on a daily basis. And so whenever we go to this point where I put myself on duty, that starts all of these clocks running, all three of them. And in the morning, this will look a little bit different because the 11 hours driving one will be full and the 14-hour on duty one will be full. But the 70-hour on duty one is always at somewhere in this scale, depending on how many hours I've driven prior to this day. But once we start that on duty, the only clock of these that cannot be stopped is the 14-hour one. Basically, once I go on duty 14 hours later, I'm done. No matter where I'm at, no matter what I'm doing, I have to stop being on duty or driving in any way, shape, or form. So that's the only one that I can't stop. The 8-hour rest break, 11-hour driving, 14-hour driving can all be stopped anytime that we stop to go to the bathroom, to go grocery shopping, to eat lunch, to do whatever we need to do, or to stop at the end of the day. So the 8-hour rest break deal means that the maximum that I can drive without stopping to take a break is an 8-hour stretch. So you see that that's reset because we've been sitting here at the terminal for a couple of hours now. And so what that 8-hour rest break means is that at that point, when that 8 hours is up, I have to stop and take a 30-minute rest break. Don't have to do anything in particular. Go walk the dog, can sit here and stare out the windshield and just watch the timer and do whatever. It's usually done Facebooking. The 11-hour driving is any time that whenever I'm actually driving the truck, and we're on this line here, the D line, that the maximum I can drive in a day behind the wheel going down the road is 11 hours. And then the 14-hour one, like I said, that one starts the moment I put myself on duty at the beginning of a day, and will not reset until I'm off duty for 10 hours. So you see that we went off duty an hour and 42 minutes ago, and so when that duration on the off-duty status equals 10 or more hours, then this 14-hour one will reset to 14 hours, and then I can start another 14-hour drive period. The way the 70-hour one works is that we can only drive 70 hours in 8 days. So we go over here, you see this little tab says 8 days. It shows me, like today, I actually drove for 6 hours and 39 minutes and was on duty a total of 7 hours and 10 minutes and drove 334.1 miles. It was a pretty short day for us today. Yesterday was a bit longer, 556 or 58 miles roughly, and drove 10 hours, or on duty 10:53 and drove 9:38. And so basically, you can see if we go back here to hours to be gained, that's to be gained to this 70-hour available time. See, right now it only says I can only drive a total of 4 hours and 24 minutes tomorrow. But that's not, once I do that 10-hour reset, then I will get back, where'd it go? Get back 8 hours and 42 minutes. So I can add that 8 hours and 42 minutes to the 4 hours and 24 minutes, and that'll take me pretty close to the 14 hours that I could be maximum tomorrow. So it takes a lot of thinking and planning and scheduling yourself to, you want to drive about an average of about 9.5 hours on duty every day, and then you'll never run out of hours. But sometimes that works and sometimes that doesn't. Like you'll see, sometimes I'm on duty more than 9.5 and sometimes a little bit less. Like this day was a really ridiculously short day, 35 miles, 2 hours and 17 minutes, but that's very unusual. But you'll see most of them are in the 7, 9, 10, 9 hour range. And so as long as it stays in that type of area, then I won't run out of hours. Now you can reset that 70-hour clock by taking a 34-hour break. So if I sat here in Lathrop, California in the Swift terminal, what an exciting place this is. See, it's nothing but a bunch of trucks and trailers and nastiness, dirty, garbage. It's crappy. I don't recommend it. If I sat here for 34 hours and that 70-hour clock would reset, and then I could just start going again and not worrying about how many hours I'm getting back tomorrow. But anyway, that's kind of the short nickel dime version of how the logbook works for truck drivers. And that's all affected, of course, the number of miles you can get in a day based on whether your truck is governed. Unfortunately, here at Swift, they govern us at 62 miles an hour. So I can only get so many miles. Like that day yesterday, which was the 558 mile day. That's a pretty doggone good day at Swift. However, my buddy Scott, who might be watching this video at some point in time, can put in easily an extra 100 miles in a day than I can, because his truck is governed at 68 miles an hour, and he's hoping that they're getting ready to turn it up to like 70 or 72. So he can kick my butt, make more money than me, and so that sucks. Anyway, but pulling for you, Scott. You're the dude. Anyway, so if you have any questions about any of that, or don't, just hit like or ask a question, whatever. Anyway, we're going to be going over to Santa Clara, California in the morning and dropping off the load that's sitting behind us and picking up another one at the exact same place, taking it to Tempe, Arizona. And so we'll be down in, that's just a suburb of Phoenix if you're not an Arizonan. And we'll be there on the 20th, which is Monday. I think that's right. So it all kind of runs together. Can't keep track of what day of the week it is anymore. But say hi, Kathleen.
Hi, Kathleen.
Aww. I kind of walked into that one. Okay, well, have a good one, guys. Enjoy your evening, and talk to you later. Bye.